Do you ever look at where you live that it matters to God? Or that He put you in a particular place at a particular time for a reason? Well, as it's summer and people are moving in and out, typically in the summer, I realize that more than ever, that God is in the details. And sometimes we either move into an area or we stay in an area because that's where He needs us. That He needs us to be there for one reason or another. Maybe it's for us, maybe it's for someone else, but that we're exactly where we need to be. So I have a quick story that I would love to share about that. My son, when we moved here, he was in 3rd grade. And a lot of times when you're trying to pick a home, there could be any multiple reasons as to why you pick that home or that area. And we just we needed 6 bedrooms because of all of our kids and the different dynamics in our family of ages and step siblings and boys and girls. And I guess it wasn't an absolute must, but it was something we wanted. And we found our home, and actually very quick, and it's a long story, but my husband bought it without me seeing it, even if it looked different on House Hunters, which it absolutely did, but he put in an offer without me seeing it. And so it's one of those things where I've seen so many times that this is where the Lord knew we should be, whether it was us helping someone else or us being helped. And so when we moved here, my son was in 3rd grade. And when he very first got into his class, his teacher noticed almost instantly that he was dyslexic. And he'd always been struggling in school, and we didn't know what to do or how to help. And we didn't know that that's what it was. And she realized it. And by Thanksgiving, she had him tested, the program approved, everything, and changed literally the course of his life. We saw his grades improve. We saw his self-confidence improve. We just saw so many things happen. And now he's going into 9th grade, and he was at camp, and he had to write a letter about, or write down in his journal about someone who changed his life, and he wrote about this teacher. Now everybody says, you may say, well, you could have moved into any area and this would have been discovered, all these different things. Maybe that was a perfect age, but that teacher now is in charge of the dyslexia program for the district. So I see the Lord's hand in that. I've also lived in areas where it was hard. As I thought back to where we lived before and how I had great neighbors and people I loved, but there were difficult times too. And so it wasn't necessarily a good thing, but I had to decide. I had to make certain choices when I lived there to whether or not I was going to choose God. And so sometimes we're in areas for us positively, and sometimes it may seem negative, but I grew and made it positive. And so as you look at where you live, because I've had times in my life where I'm like, when we were young and having kids, and I'm like, Heavenly Father, I don't feel like this is an unrighteous desire, to want a bigger house. So my kids, for whatever reason, we can afford it, yada, yada. But when those prayers were answered, I saw later in my life why it wasn't. And so I guess as I get older, I see so much of the Lord's hand in my life. And I see how much He loves me and helps me and guides me to be where I need to be. And I am thankful for that. And it's trusting in a Heavenly Father that He loves us and that He's in the details of our lives. And I say that over and over again because I realize that so many times we think we are in charge, don't we? And it's not that it's destiny, and it's not that it's fate, but it's just love. It's His love for us, all of us. Whether or not you believe in Him, He loves you. And He's going to try to help you however He can. And I am thankful for that. I'm thankful for that knowledge. And I am thankful for where I live now. I'm just overwhelmed with gratitude for the friends and we have in this area, friends as in teachers and all of those people. I'm thankful for the service that I get to do in this area and the people I've met doing service. I am so thankful for that knowledge. And I'm thankful that the Lord helped me to find this exact street for so many reasons. So, if a prayer doesn't come answered in where you want to live, or ends up being somewhere you never saw possible, know that the Lord loves you, and you are exactly where He needs you to be. Thank you so much. Have a great, great day. Bye.